afternoon, and thank you for joining us. Glad to see everybody here. So let's get started. So today we're going to talk about messages, some features in messages that you may not be aware of. So as you know, the younger generation tends to text much more than using the phone. So this is going to give you a little advantage of communicating with those people that are always texting, so you can add a little flair to those messages that you send. So this is Go for Lunch for June 27th, 2023, brought to you by GoFor Technology. I'm your host, Roger Harmon. If you're new here, please type new in the comments so we can welcome you to our community. And as always, our mission is to make your technology work for you. This is National Ice Cream Cake Day. Doesn't that look good? I'm all choked up just looking at it. Seems like my last few choices have been food. I don't know why. But on a plus 100 degree day, ice cream cake sounds really good. So let's talk about message features. Apple seems to use messages interchangeably with iMessage, so we will too. So it works on all your devices, on your iPhone, your iPad, on your Mac, and if you don't have access to any of those devices, you can go to iCloud.com and get to your messages. So let's first talk about inline replies. So this is a situation where you have a whole thread of messages and you want to reply to one that's near the top or in the middle. And so what you do is you hold, touch and hold that message bubble that you want to reply to specifically. And then you just click on the reply button, which is right here. And then you type your message, and then you tap on the send button. So that's how you can keep it in context, so it makes more sense. Now you can also respond to messages with expressions, and the way you do that is you open a conversation in Messages, you double tap on the message bubble or the photo that you want to respond to, and then you select what Apple calls the tap back that you want to send. So here are the tap backs. It's the heart, the thumbs up, thumbs down, the ha-ha, exclamation point, and the question mark. And then it sends. All you have to do is click on that and you are done. It's out of here. So you can also pin on messages. So pinning lets you take the most important conversations and make them appear at the top of your screen. So the conversation is kind of the same as a person. So you're going to pin the people that you communicate with the most up at the top of the screen. Hi, Chris. So you can pin up to 9 conversations. So you can pin a single message, or you can pin shared content such as photos, videos, URLs, and more. Hi, Bob. So that is a nice little feature. So the way you do pinning is you long press on the message, then you get a dialog box here below the message. You click on the pin, which is the little push pin icon right here, and it is done. That's how you do it. Screen effects are another way to make your messages stand out. So after you've typed a message, but before you hit send, you press and hold the send button, which is the blue circle with the up arrow, and then you get a menu of a few effects to choose from. So those effects are split into two categories. One are called bubble effects, which subtly give your message a little flair. And the other are screen effects, which include echo, spotlight, balloons, confetti, love, lasers, firework, and celebration. So, and then you can also insert images, which are GIFs, and you can insert photos. So let's look at that. So we're going to turn on our iPhone here, and on the left-hand side, you'll see a direct connection to the iPhone, and on the right-hand side, you'll see a picture so that you can see where I am touching. So let's tilt that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so on my home screen, I have a folder for text apps. So I'm going to click on Messages. And so you have the text, you put in some text first. And hello, Judy. Hello, Deb. And then you would press the send button, and you get two sections here. We're in the bubble section. So here's the slam. Here's the loud. Here's the gentle. And here's the invisible ink. So the way that works is when your recipient gets that, they have to touch it, and then they can read the text message. Then here are the screen effects. This is called echo, echo, echo. Then you can see down here at the bottom we have the dots indicating that there's more. So we swipe from right to left and we get spotlight. So that's kind of fun. And then we get balloons floating up out of the screen, followed by confetti coming down across the screen. Then we have the heart that enlarges and then floats away. We have the laser light show. That's kind of fun. Then we have fireworks. We're getting close to 4th of July, so you might want to use that in the near future. And this is called celebration. So that's how you do that. Now, if you want to do some other effects, you click on the little A here to the left of the text balloon. And the first thing you have is photos, so you can add a photo. So having a little problem with my water meter. You can also go to the Messages App Store, and you can download additional stickers. There's a couple of games that you can play over messages, more stickers. So that's something to investigate. And then you can also send your voice. So you can record your voice, and when they receive it on the other end, they will hear your voice. Then you can pay with Apple Pay through Messages. This is some more stickers for more for fitness kinds of things. And then you have your emoji here. And then this red one here is the GIFs. So if you want to find a GIF, so we can search here. So let's say birthday. And we hit search in the lower right hand corner. And there's a bunch of birthday gifts that you can send along to make your birthday text more festive, you might say. So then we get an X up here in the upper right hand corner to get out of that. And we also have other choices over here which don't seem to be working right now. So that's how you would add effects to your messages. So you can also use trigger words. So if you type pew pew, you'll get the laser show. If you type happy birthday, you'll get balloons. You type congratulations, you'll get confetti. And if you type happy new year, you will get fireworks. So filtering your messages can be handy. So to do that, you go to settings on your iPhone. You tap on messages, and under message filtering, you toggle on unknown senders. So let's see how that works. So we're going to go back here to our iPhone. We're going to tap the arrow in the upper right hand corner, and we're going to go into settings, and then we're going to go to messages, which is a ways down, and then we're going to scroll down to message filtering here in gray where it says unknown and spam, and then you want to make sure filter unknown senders is turned on right here. Now, in case you're wondering what's going on down below here, I have a paid app called RoboKiller that is filtering out spam messages. So now if we go back to our messages, we click on filters up here in the upper right hand corner. Then we have this list of all messages, known senders, unknown senders, and unread messages. So if we go into unknown senders, then these are either spam, or sometimes these are your two-factor authentication messages. And if you want to clear those out, you hit the three little dots in the circle in the upper right hand corner, and then you click on select messages, and then you can simply just swipe down, select all those, and hit delete, and they're gone. So that's how filters work. But normally you probably want to be on all messages so you can get everything. But if you just want to see your known senders, people that are in your contacts, then you can do that also. Okay. So we just went over this. So that's another representation of how all that works. Welcome, Leslie Ann. So let's talk about junk messages. So you can tap to report junk, and then you can choose delete and report junk, and that report junk is right here, kind of small, and then those will be banned forever until they change their phone number. So handwriting is an interesting little feature that you can do. So let's go here to the iPhone, and so what you have to do is you have to go into landscape mode, and then in the lower right hand corner of your keyboard there's a little symbol that you hit. So we're going to set up our iPhone here so you can see the process. So we're going to get that on the Inspectocam. So first thing I have to do is tilt it up to get into landscape mode. There we are. And now you can see the little symbol here. I don't know what you'd call that. An upside down O or an E, I don't know. So you click on that, and then it defaults here with a little black dot in the lower left hand corner, and you can just start writing. And then if you click on done, that'll add it to the message. But we have some other choices here. You have a little smiley face that they've done for you, and you can add to that, or you can pick from their pre-selected handwritten messages here. Hello, thank you, happy birthday, congratulations, thinking of you, I'm sorry, and awesome. So once you've selected whatever you want to do, you click done in the upper right hand corner, and there it is in your message. So then we would just send that message off, and that is on its way to Alexis. Hi, Gretchen. So Leslie Ann says, let's see. There we go. You missed the balloon effects. Where is that? Okay, good question. So we have to, first of all, we have to hit the little A here. Okay. And then we have, I'm sorry, what you have to do is you have to put something in there first. So we'll just type in balloon. Okay, so then you hold down the send button. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Okay, you hold down the send button. Okay. Okay. Let's turn this off. Let's try it this way. Okay, let's see here. Hi, Gretchen. Okay, let's see, update. Well, that's the way it's supposed to work. For some reason, it's not working. Let me quit messages and go back in and see if we can do that. Maybe it doesn't like to do it in landscape. So let's turn it around here and go to our iPhone. And you have to have a message in here. There we go. Okay, so apparently it doesn't like to work in landscape. So that's how you do it, Leslie Ann. You just hold down the send button, and then you get the different effects. You click on screen here, and you slide over, and there's balloons. So found a little, maybe a little bug there that Apple needs to look at. Did you know that you can do messages on the Mac? Well, I've actually encountered some people that weren't really aware of that. So on the Mac, you can get to these same effects by clicking on the A to the left of the message bubble window. So let's see how that works. So here we are on the Mac, and let's get out of here so you can see how I got here. Okay, so here we are. I click on the little A to the left of the message button, and I get a little pop-up menu so I can choose photos. Here we are. We're having a little problem with our water meter. And then I click on it again, and I can put in the images, also known as GIFs. Then I click it again, and I can put in emoji stickers. And I click on it again, and here are the message effects. So they're kind of spread out here. So they're mixed in. So here's the heart. Here's your balloons. Here's the invisible ink. Confetti coming down from the top. Here's the slam effect. The lasers, pew pew. The loud effect. Celebration. Echo, echo, echo. And we have to scroll over to get the last three, which is spotlight, fireworks, and gentle. So that's how you do it on the Mac. So while we're talking about messages on the Mac, some people don't have messages on the Mac set up. So what you do is you go to Messages on the upper left-hand corner, and you go to Settings, and then here in this first section called General with the gear, you check whatever here, these features that you want, and then you click on the second icon here at the top, and if it says sign in, then you need to sign in with your Apple ID, username and password. You make sure that this checkbox is checked, enable messages in the iCloud, and then you also want to make sure that your iPhone number is here and checked, and any email addresses that you want to use for messages. And then down here at the bottom left, normally you want to have your iPhone number there, but you can also choose to start a conversation from an email address. So if you're not getting your messages synced, you can click on Sync Now. If you do have this, you are signed in and they're not syncing, then the first troubleshooting tip is to sign out and sign back in again, and that usually fixes that problem. So that's how you can do messages on your Mac. So if you haven't already, please type your questions in to the comments section on YouTube, and share the GoFor Gazette with others that you know using the Apple devices. That comes out every Monday morning at 7 o'clock. And Zoom updated yesterday to version 5.15.0. And Apple was busy this week with some updates. Now these updates, when I did the research on the internet, if anybody was having problems, I was seeing a few people having problems. One that was mentioned was battery. However, I updated my iPhone yesterday and did not charge it overnight, and it had 99% battery charge this morning. So that doesn't seem to be a problem. So it's iOS and iPad OS 16.5.1, Mac OS Ventura 13.4.1, and Watch OS 9.5.2. So I think it's okay to do these updates. Apple is saying that there's two security updates that they think everybody should have. And in other news, Go for Lunch will be on vacation for the month of July. So one reason is MacStock, a gathering of Apple enthusiasts in Woodstock, Illinois. And this year our venue is changed. It's new to us. However, this building was built in the late 1800s. It's the Woodstock Opera House. So Woodstock, Illinois is an interesting town because that is where the exterior scenes for the movie Groundhog Day were filmed. In fact, around the square, they have these brass plaques noting where different scenes were done in the movie. Another interesting fact that I found out when I was looking for this picture was that the opera house is haunted. So a lady by the name of Elvira, who actually jumped off the opera house, and she's still around apparently. So maybe we'll see Elvira. I don't know. So the in-person passes for MacStock are sold out, but they do have virtual passes. So you can watch their live presentations. So MacStock is July 22nd and 23rd, and with the virtual pass you can watch them live, and that also includes a digital pass which allows you to watch recordings anytime you want after the fact. So the theme this year for MacStock 7 is Learn. And of course, I will be bringing back information that I will be sharing with you in the following week. So that will be good information that I will share with you. So Bob and I are actually taking a road trip to MacStock, so we'll be gone all that week, and it will be a great time. Oh, the link for MacStock Virtual Pass is in the description below. So the other reason that I will be on vacation in July is to go out and look at the Sea of Cortez in Bahia La Choya and get a little R&R and watch the pangas going in and out, and the pelicans, maybe some dolphins. Who knows what I will see there. So that is another reason. So let's see what you guys have to say here. Let me get my comments over here. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. If anybody else wants to do that, that would be great. So I see that Alexa had a comment here. She says, heaven forbid, if the receiver is on a non-Apple device, do these features work on their side? No. An Android does not pick up these features. They have to have an iPhone, and they probably have to be on iOS 14 or later. Okay, so Gretchen says, how did I get in the landscape? Yeah, I just tipped it up so that the accelerometer in the iPhone would know that I wanted to be in landscape. And Diana says that symbol might be for script. That makes sense to me. Okay, so Gretchen says, I'm going too fast. Well, if you have a specific question, Gretchen, I'd be glad to go over it. And Bob makes a good point in that today's GoFor Lunch, like every week, is available on the GoFor Technology YouTube channel. The link for that is in the GoFor Gazette, or you can search for @GoFor Technology, all one word, on YouTube, and you'll find it that way. And Leslie Ann says, Cortez is still a bad guy in Mexico. That's true. He is probably not a well-liked hombre. And Chris says, bien viaje, which means good, have a good trip. Thank you, Chris. I am sure that I will. So, hopefully you learned some new things about messages. You will impress the younger generation when you're texting them, and they'll think, wow, this person knows their way around a text message. So if you have any questions you think of later, or any topics that you'd like me to cover, you can give me a call or email me, and that information is coming up right now. So have a great rest of your week. Have a great month of July, and I will see you in August. Take care.